Hi, Shane here. You're watching Sam for God, and this is Mark. Check her out.
So hi guys, how are you doing? Hope you're doing very well. Today I want to talk about a new tattoo I got just over a month ago now. Obviously in the UK we've been in lockdown since the beginning of November, I want to say. I got this tattoo done on the 24th of October 2020, and as you might be able to see from the title of this video, it is indeed a My Chemical Romance tattoo. I did film the process of getting it done, at least some bits anyway, so before I talk about it, let's go and watch the clips. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about the experience. Now, I had already been to Briar Rose Tattoo Studio once before I actually got a tattoo by the same guy, Lemat. I'll leave his links down below, by the way, because he's a fantastic tattoo artist in my opinion. But yeah, he did my little head wig tattoo at the beginning of the, oh my god, I thought it was last year, but no, that was only in February. But honestly, this year just feels so long. So yeah, I'd already met him and I knew that I wanted this tattoo of My Chemical Romance for a long time. I always knew I wanted a My Chemical Romance tattoo. I probably knew I wanted a My Chemical Romance tattoo since I was about 15 or 16, since I first discovered the band. But I don't know, I didn't want to get anything too generic, and also for some reason part of me thought it might be a bit much to get like a logo of a band tattooed on me. So I sat on it for a long time. I'm 30 now. I've loved My Chemical Romance since I was 15. That's 15 years of loving the band and their music. For me, Black Parade, when the album came out, I was 15, and I vividly remember still the very first time I saw Welcome to the Black Parade, the music video. This was before the age of YouTube, believe it or not. So I saw it on TV the first time. I was just watching a music channel and then it came up and I was just engrossed, like I couldn't keep my eyes off it. It's almost like that song and that music video took me on a journey, as cheesy as it sounds. It really spoke to me. It spoke to my soul. I felt understood by the music video. I felt a connection to it straight away. I genuinely felt like there was some hope in the world, and also how I was feeling was okay. I was only a teenager at the time, and I think most teenagers go through some struggles and difficulties, you know, in high school and whatnot. For me, those few years of my life were definitely some of my hardest years. I mean, now that I'm a grown-up, don't you worry, I've experienced much worse stuff. So in comparison to things that I've experienced now, my teenage years were absolutely fine. But at the time when I was 15, in my 15-year-old brain, things were really hard, and I coped with life, I think, through music, for sure. I mean, this is something that I still do. But yeah, that's how I discovered My Chemical Romance, with the Black Parade song, and then I got really intrigued by them. I became obsessed with that song. I would literally spend hours just watching the music channels, hoping for that song to be played again. That's how sad my life was. And I don't know what happened, but I'm guessing a few months after that, I got myself the album, the Black Parade album, and I started listening to that constantly. We were living in a pretty small flat at the time in Austria, Vienna, and my room wasn't very far from like the living room because it was such a small flat, and we had very thin doors as well and walls. So my parents weren't the biggest fan of me becoming so obsessed with My Chemical Romance because, you know, their music, if you don't know, is very loud. It's very screamy in some ways. It's very beautiful. I love it, obviously, but it's not for everyone. I get it. So I remember I would close my door and try and make sure I don't really listen to them when my parents weren't like around or weren't watching TV and stuff, but I'd still listen to them a lot. Like I would put the album on. Again, this is before Spotify, before streaming became a thing. I had their literal physical CD and I had a CD player, and I would put the album, the CD, in the CD player, and that album would be the only album that I would be able to listen to because that was the only album in that one CD player. Do you know what I mean? Things were weird. I know I'm sounding very old now, but yeah, their album, that particular album, The Black Parade, yeah, helped me a lot when I was younger and has helped me a lot throughout the years as well. Like even now, as a 30-year-old, as an adult, oh my god, I hate that word, I find myself going back to their music and that album in particular whenever I feel down. Like whenever I feel like I've lost all hope and I'm like at my lowest, I go to the Black Parade album and it helps me. It really does. It's so funny, isn't it? Because people who don't understand emo music think that emo music is just about like wanting to die and like life sucks, and that's just not the case. I mean, I'm sure some bands maybe write about that kind of stuff, but My Chemical Romance's songs, and I'm sure if you're a My Chemical Romance fan yourself watching, they're very uplifting in a weird way. Like, I think you have to be a certain kind of person to appreciate them, but if you are somebody who connects to their music, you're gonna really connect to their music, and their music is really gonna help you and affect you in a good way. And yeah, that was the case for me. Obviously since then I've listened to their other albums as well, and I actually love a lot of their other songs and other albums as well, but Black Parade has always remained my favorite album by them. So even though I love basically all their songs that I've heard, like I said, Black Parade will always have a special place in my heart, and it still remains the one album, the album that I go to when I need some mental help in terms of music. Genuinely think every single song on that album is phenomenal. Like, cannot fault a single one of them. Legit, I can literally just listen to them all in order and just have a good time and feel better about everything. I can't even tell you what my favorite song is on the album. I do really love This Is How I Disappear. Sharpest Lives is good. I mean, of course, Black Parade Cancer, oh my god, it still makes me cry every time. But I think Famous Last Words is the song. Like, I connect with that song so much. It's unbelievable. Gerard Way. Enough said. So yeah, basically that was a long way of me saying that I've always known that I wanted something to represent that album for me on my body, and for the longest time I thought I would just go with the main Black Parade guy on the front of the album, like the main logo, I suppose. This little guy here, in case you didn't know. But then I decided to have a look through the little album booklet thing for Black Parade and look at some of the other artwork from the Black Parade and see if there's anything else that I might prefer. And the image of the Black Parade person on the back of that album, obviously you've kind of seen the tattoo by now, but I'll put a little picture up of the actual, like, you know, main photo as well, the main image. That one really spoke to me. Like, I felt more connected to that image than the logo on the front of the album. And I kind of like the fact that that picture, that image, is on the back of the album, because it's almost like the end. Once you've listened to everything, it's almost like that's how you feel by the end of it. The patient feels by the end of the album, or the experience, because it truly is an experience listening to My Chemical Romance. So yeah, I decided to go for that. I feel like it's a very powerful image. I relate to it a lot. Like I said, like, don't get me wrong, the artwork shows pain, it shows struggles, it shows getting through them, in my opinion, and that's what I love about that particular image. And also, I'm not gonna lie, I just thought it was a little bit more unique than just getting the main album cover, which I also love, but I feel like a lot of people have that, and I just wanted something a little bit different, maybe something that was a little bit more personal to me and my personal love for My Chemical Romance. So yes, that's why I chose that. And then of course I got it on my leg, because to be honest, I get most of my tattoos done on my legs. They hurt, unfortunately. Like, leg tattoos hurt way more than arm tattoos, and I don't know why. I don't know the science behind it. All I know is that every single tattoo that I've had on my leg has hurt significantly more than the ones on my arms, unfortunately. This particular one though, Lemat Jose is his name. Lemat is his like username for his Instagram page. He is so gentle with tattooing, and I already knew that because, like I said, I'd already had a tattoo done by him earlier in the year, my Hedwig tattoo. He is so gentle with his hands when he's tattooing that it honestly didn't hurt quite as bad as I thought it would. I mean, parts of it hurt, but based on where it's located and based on the fact that I've got my other leg tattooed in the exact same spot, I was really expecting the worst, but no, it was actually fine. Like, it was really bearable, to be honest with you. And I do also have a pretty high pain tolerance, so you need to take that into account as well. Pain is different for everyone, so, you know, what I find painful might be absolutely fine for you, and vice versa. But yeah, I think the tattoo took maybe about 2.5 hours, I want to say. About 2 hours in, Jose actually, bless him, he was like, I'm going to take a short break if that's okay. And I was like, of course, go for it. And he just needed to stretch his arms and just stand up for a bit, because he was like in the same position like for so long, just like focusing on the tattoo. I can only imagine how hard and tiring that can be. But yeah, he did a phenomenal job. I love the tattoo. It's probably one of my favorites at the moment, and more than anything, I just love the meaning behind it. For me, it has a big personal meaning behind it. A lot of it I don't necessarily want to go into, but at the end of it, obviously, it's because I love My Chemical Romance's music, and I know that a lot of people will understand that, because their music has helped a lot of people around the world. And like I said, it still to this day really helps me when I'm at my lowest, and it's helped me a lot this year. In 2020, I think, has been a very difficult year for a lot of people. I've definitely struggled a lot, and I I found myself turning to My Chemical Romance's Black Parade a lot. Like, I've probably listened to them more this year than I have, oh, actually that's a lie. I think the amount of times I've listened to them this year probably equals the amount of times I listened to them in my teenage years. So it's almost like I've gone back to being a teenager when I first discovered them. And yeah, that just kind of shows to me that I'll always enjoy their music. I'll always find comfort in their music, and that's important to me. So that's how I know I won't ever regret the tattoo. But tattoo regret is another story altogether. Maybe I'll make a video about that in the future if you want me to. That is it though. Make sure you follow Lemat on Instagram if you're thinking of getting a tattoo in London at any point. He is so lovely and so talented. The studio is also really cute. It's one of my favorite studios in London. It's just lovely. It's nicely decorated. All the tattoo artists that work there as well are so lovely and friendly. Obviously I got this done in 2020 in the middle of a pandemic, so we had to wear masks, all of us. There was like hand gel everywhere. There was some extra bits of paperwork that I had to like sign before getting it done. But yeah, that was it. A very good experience. I'm very happy with the tattoo. If you want to see my tattoo right now as well, it's been just over a month since I got it done. I'll show it to you in real time too, so you can see how it's doing right now. It's healed phenomenally well. Okay, so this is what the tattoo looks like now. About a month and maybe 3 days in. What I don't even know what date we are, but yeah, it's healed very well. I do probably need to moisturize it a little bit, but yeah, I haven't really shaved anywhere near it you know, since I got it done, because it's best to not shave around a new tattoo for a while. So that's that really. I understand that also that's probably a better view for you. There you go, that's what it's meant to be. And it did get swollen a lot as well when I first got it done, but it's obviously completely fine now. But yeah, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you like videos like this, because obviously I did a tattoo tour video a couple of months ago and that was received very well. A lot of you guys wanted me to film that and I finally did it, and you guys seem to love it. And I thought maybe since I've already had that, like you've already seen all the tattoos that I had pre-September, maybe whenever I get a new tattoo, or if I get a new tattoo that I think you guys might be interested in, I might just make a separate video for that particular tattoo. I don't know. It's up to you. I'm very aware that not everyone loves tattoos and not everyone loves My Chemical Romance, but worth putting up anyway in case somebody is interested, and maybe someone's looking for like a new tattoo artist to go to and that kind of stuff. So yeah, thank you for watching. Follow me on Instagram. I will see you in the next video. Bye.